Hi everyone, welcome to the US CPA classes for business analysis and reporting examination. So in this particular video of state and local governmental accounting, I'll be walking you through in detail about the particular topic, that is interfund activity, including the transaction and expenditure and expenses. And this subtopic is relating to the main topic, which is typical item and specific type of transaction and event measurement, calculation and presentation of government entity financial statement. So that is your main topic, but the subtopic which we'll be covering in this video in detail is interfund activity, including the transaction and the expenditure and expenses in detail. So let's dive into to understand more in detail. The next is interfund activity, including transfer. Interfund activity means transferring amount from one fund to another fund. What are the fund? Governmental fund, proprietary fund and fiduciary fund, right? And within the governmental fund there are 5 types of funds, right? What are those 5 types? What are those 5 types of governmental fund?
5 types of governmental funds. कुछ याद ही नहीं रह रहा सर, अब तो स्टॉप मैं कह रहा हूँ सर, कुछ याद ही नहीं आ रहा है इस शब्द
Restricted, committed, assigned, unassigned, and non-spendable.
No.
Fiduciary funds, proprietary funds.
No, like governmental fund, proprietary fund and fiduciary fund, and within the governmental fund there are 5 types of funds.
अच्छा, okay.
What are those? And within the proprietary there are 2 types, enterprise fund and
जनरल फंड हो गया,
स्पेशल रेवेन्यू, कैपिटल प्रोजेक्ट फंड, परमानेंट फंड और डेट सर्विस फंड.
yes,
नोट
very
मुझे
true.
याद है सर पूरा, नोट खोल
Yes, you're right. Okay, so interfund activity encompasses the transaction that 2 or more government funds are simultaneously doing. There are 4 types of interfund activity. There are 4 types of interfund activity. Reciprocal interfund activity, where interfund loans and interfund services are provided and used. And non-reciprocal. One is reciprocal and the second one is non-reciprocal. Interfund activity, where interfund reimbursement or interfund transfer do happen. And then another thing is interfund loan from one fund to another fund, for which the other fund need to consider as a debt and they have to do the repayment. Interfund services, one fund provide the services to another fund. Reimbursement, so there may be certain transaction which one fund may take on behalf of another fund, which need to be get reimbursed, right? Then after interfund transfer involve assets flow, that means one fund is providing asset to another fund, right? And interfund transfer encompass various activity, including the payment in lieu of taxes, capital establishment or reduction or residual balances, subsidies or many more. Like transfer are not loan but represent the non-exchange shift of financial resources among funds without intention of repayment. So those all things are being considered as interfund transfer. So interfund transfer can be you are providing product from one fund to another fund, services from one fund to another fund, loan from one fund to another fund, or reimbursement of expenses from one fund to another fund. Right? It can be receivable for one fund and payable for another fund, but when you do the consolidation, it will get eliminated. Same way how you do like elimination entry in the consolidated financial statement. Same kind of treatment. Right? Any doubt?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's do a quick question. In preparing combined financial statement of governmental entity, interfund receivable and payable should be reported as reservation fund balance, eliminated, or reported as amount due to and due from the other fund, or reported as addition or reduction, right? Eliminated.
Eliminated.
Eliminated
All the interfund balance need to be eliminated. So next is non-exchange revenue transaction. So non-exchange revenue transaction means you are providing the good, or that is like donation, gift, right? So non-exchange transaction include taxes, fines, grant, other revenue sources, where a government does not provide value equal to what it receives, right? That is called non-exchange revenue. The 𝐂𝐨𝐻, you can highlight this, where the government does not provide value equivalent to what it received. It's called non-exchange transaction. And 𝐂𝐨𝐻 classify non-exchange transaction into 4 categories. So what are those 4 categories? Derived tax revenue, imposed non-exchange revenue, government mandate non-exchange transaction, and voluntarily non-exchange transaction. So these are the 4 category in which non-exchange transaction do happen. Right? So these all 4 category is been explained over here in this table. Restriction on use of the resources for specific purpose do not directly impact the timing of revenue recognition in non-exchange transaction. So non-exchange transaction or classes. So first one is derived tax revenue, right? Second one is imposed non-exchange. Second one is imposed non-exchange revenue. And then third one is government mandate non-exchange transaction. And the last one is voluntarily non-exchange transaction. Right? These are the 4 categories. How we need to make the recognition. So first is about asset and then revenue. Asset will be recorded in a period when underlying exchange has occurred or when sources are received, whichever is happened first. And revenue, period when underlying exchange has occurred, report advance received as deferred revenue. When modified accrual accounting is used, resources are also should be available, right? Second is imposed non-exchange revenue. The asset is being recognized in the period when enforceable legal claim or legal right has arisen or when the sources are received, whichever is first. And the revenue is being recognized in the period when sources are required to be used first in the period that is used to permit, right? For example, property tax, the period for which it is levied. When modified accrual accounting is used, resources also should be available. Next is government mandate non-exchange transaction. That is, federal government mandate to the state or local government. So assets and liability is being recorded in the period when all eligible requirements, including the time requirement, have been met for the assets to be recognized when the resources are received, whichever is first. And the revenue and expense or expenditure is being recognized in the period all the eligible requirement, including the time requirement, have been met, and report advance receipt or payment as deferred revenue or advance respectively. In the permanent endowment term, endowment similar to the gift should be reported as revenue when the resources are being received. When modified accrual is being used, at that point of time, revenue recognition resources also should be available. Right? There in below, they have explained what is available. Right? Any doubts? It looks very similar to normal accounting.
सर ये ऐसा ही लगा कि सब कुछ कितना रिपीटेटिव सा हो गया, इतना कंफ्यूजिंग हो गई ये चीजें.
दोबारा चीज हो रही है, मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है somehow.
Sorry, say that again.
सर जो रेवेन्यू वाली आइटम्स हैं या फिर जो फंड से रिलेटेड हम बात कर रहे हैं ना, तो मतलब ऐसा लग रहा है वो ऑलरेडी हम कवर कर चुके हैं, या तो वो शायद ओवरव्यू में कवर हो चुका है, वो रिकॉल हो जा रहा है बार बार।
यस यस यस।
और वो कंफ्यूजन सा हो जा रहा है मेरे को तो।
थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट है सर, मतलब टॉपिक इतना इजी नहीं है।
There are, yes, yeah, you are very true. Like two, three things. One is, like we are not at all exposed to governmental, accounting. So I would again like highly recommend to, like go through this one. This will be very helpful for you to understand holistically what actually comes in the governmental accounting. Right, so it may be like it is 250 pages, but you are not required to mug up things, but you just need to scroll through to make yourself understand like what all forms, what all, like the where all respective things are being placed in actually government financial statement, right? Then if you, after this, if you correlate with this entire theory, or you can map this entire theory. This is just, I think, 40 pages, right? Entire governmental accounting, which we have summarized, including the table of content, right? This 40 pages you just need to map to the respective, you can say, financial statement, and you will correlate, yes, what we have written here, it's being mapped in the respective section of the actual financial statement. So then you can correlate this theory with those practical experiences. And now coming to, like when we do like complete overview in the day one for the respective chapter, it's like my way of teaching, like I'll give the holistic view so that when we come to the respective topic, you can correlate each topic. Right? Otherwise, if we go topic by topic, then sometime it is very difficult to correlate forward topic and backward topic. So for me, I personally feel it is always good to give first glimpse of the entire, like topic or entire chapter, and then go topic by topic so that you can correlate. So there may be some overlapping, which like Akash was saying, it may be possible, but I personally feel with that kind of overlapping, you can connect the dot easily rather than you feel clueless.
Right.
And now coming to the another thing is practice of question.
वो जरूरी है सर इसमें,
right? उसके बिना तो नहीं होगा for sure, right? So now we are being almost done with the governmental accounting. So it's your time to do the practice. So whatever the number of questions I can cover in class, I have covered for each topic. If you see, for each topic, like earlier, like I was considering the practice question for 2 or 3 topics together. But now I have started considering each relevant topic by topic respective questions. Right? This is what best I think I can do. But at the end, you need to do the practice in the question.
And ये सर 20% कवर करता है हमारा उसका
10 to 20% of bar and 10 to 15% of FAR.
बहुत है सर,
काफी
So almost 10% to 12% you can expect in FAR.
काफी मेजर चंक हो गया उसका।
10-15 नंबर का अगर ये आ रहा है तो काफी
ठीक है।
Right. So this one quick topic is like expenditure and expense, which is very normal. What is expense and where we need to disclose. You can go do the self-reading. So I'll send you the notes.
Okay.
Right? And then these are the 2 topics, budgetary accounting. Yeah, only one topic where I need to make the notes. I'll make the notes tonight and send it to you, the complete notes for governmental accounting.
Done, sir.
Right? Yes, Pranchi? Pranchi, you were saying something?
Hello.
Yes, please.
हाँ, आप एक बार वो ACFR वाला फाइल भी शेयर करोगे, मेरे पास नहीं है, और वो 10K वाला।
मैं अभी चैट बॉक्स में डाल देता हूँ, जस्ट
हाँ।
So I just put in the chat box, just download from here.
Okay.
And then for 10K also put into the chat box. Yeah, so 10K also. So have you got it, Pranchi?
I'll just check.
Yeah, just check in chat box.
Sir,
Arun, have you?
जो आपने आज पढ़ा है ना, एक बार है वो कर लेना, क्योंकि मुझे लग रहा है अगर आजकल में नहीं पढ़े तो ये तो मेरे दिमाग से निकल जाएगा।
Sorry, say that again.
जो सर आज क्लास में नोट्स करे हैं हमने कवर, वो कह रहा हूँ मैं, एक बार आजकल में भेज देना सर, क्योंकि अगर
हाँ
वो कवर नहीं हुए ना तो वो हम, मेरे को लग रहा है दिमाग से थोड़ा निकल जाएगा, थोड़ा
हाँ
डिफिकल्ट।
yes yes I'll send tonight just
ठीक है
दो
ठीक है,
दो पेज ही और बनाने हैं I'll make it and send it today sir
डन 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 सर। ठीक है।
ठीक है ठीक है Pranshi have you received it Arun have you downloaded
आई विल सी मेरे पास